welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Shymas. It's day 3 of Shymas and I'm super excited. So I thought that I would do a get ready with me for you guys today. It is the season for holiday parties and Christmas parties, so I wanted to do something fun and festive. Also, there were some comments that you guys have left me saying you guys wanted to see what the VIB sale products look like on. So I figure I will just do a demo of the things that I bought in the VIB sale, show you guys how it looks on my skin, do a fun glittery eye, red lip for you guys. So let's get started. Priming with my Aveeno Positively Radiant Moisturizer. This is just my daily moisturizer. I say priming because I don't really like using primers, but I hear so many good things about the Too Faced Hangover X Primer. That one I hear is amazing. Okay. Wearing a turtleneck while doing makeup is going to be a little weird. I am priming my lips with a lip balm. This is the NARS Rêve de Miel lip balm, and it is so good. You'll see this in my next skincare haul. So I'm using the Hourglass Vanish Stick Foundation in the color Warm Beige. And I've tried this both ways. I've tried this using a beauty blender and using a buffing brush. And I think I prefer using a beauty blender. I don't necessarily put too much on my skin. I just put like that. Maybe a little bit more here. But I'm using a damp beauty blender and I'm just going to press it into the skin. I also find that this shears out the coverage a lot more than using a buffing brush. I felt like the buffing brush, although I did like the finish, the buffing brush seemed to cake the foundation on a little bit more. And it's not cakey. It's just that I have obviously a preference for lighter, sheerer finishes. And this foundation is definitely buildable. And if you want to make it more to your preference, you definitely can. What I read about this foundation is it's supposed to be dual purpose. You use it for foundation and concealer, which is why a lot of people are liking it because it has enough coverage without feeling too cakey. So as you can see, my face still looks like my skin. And I really like that. And I like the way that this finishes it off, especially with using a beauty blender. And I just really enjoy it. So now we're gonna go on to concealer, and I am using the Naked Skin Concealer, and I'm using the color Medium Neutral. And I really like this concealer just because I feel like it melts into the skin. You don't feel like you're wearing anything on your face. It's very lightweight, but it still gives you the coverage that you want. Around my nose, Cupid's bow, chin, and then I just like to cover my veins that seem to be very stubborn. So just buffing this in with a beauty blender. And I want to tell you guys, I don't know if you noticed, but I put my under eye concealer a little lower, and then I'm going to just buff it into my lower lash line. This will help keep your under eye from looking too cakey and from creasing with too much product. So just keep that in mind when you guys are putting your concealer on. So now I'm going to set everything depending on what you guys like to see. So if you prefer a more dewy finish, I would just set your areas that are most likely going to get oily over, the course of the day. I like to set everything just because I am a face toucher. So if things aren't set, I can feel it and then I'll like touch it and it'll come off on my fingers, which I get really annoyed with. So I set everything, and I will be using my Hourglass Edit. This is not new, and I will be using the Ambient Lighting Powder in Diffused Light just to set my under eyes, and I'm using it with a just a fluffy brush. This one is a blush brush. I like this diffused light for setting my under eyes because it's brightening. And as you guys can see, this side is a lot brighter than this side. I'm also going to set the center of my face with this, just to make sure that It all just stays in place, especially if you're doing a holiday party type look. You're gonna be dancing, you're gonna be, you know, in a closed, tight space. So you're gonna wanna set your makeup. I definitely wanna know what everyone's plans are for the holidays. Leave me a comment down below what you guys have planned. I have quite fun plans. I'm going back home to visit my parents in Hawaii, and I will be bringing you guys along for some vlogs and some videos. So you guys will be able to enjoy coming home with me. Now that everything is all set and in place, we're going to grab the Chocolate Soleil bronzer from Too Faced, and I'm using the Real Techniques blush brush. I think I've said this before, I just really like the, you know, the size of this for bronzer. It just is really great at just applying bronzer all over your face. And I'm very generous with bronzer. I really like being very glowy. And I will say, a lot of people love the fact that this smells like cocoa powder, but I don't think I like it. Now that we're all bronzed, or at least I'm all bronzed because I like this. You don't necessarily have to go as heavy as I'm going, but I do like looking very, you know, beach goddessy. I'm going to put a contour on, and I'm using the Kevyn Aucoin sculpting powder in medium, and I am using the Real Techniques contour brush to put this on. And I'm just sort of packing the contour powder on and then tapping the excess off, and then sucking in your cheeks. If you feel like you've gone a little too far, just buff it in and buff it upward. You never want to buff down. Obviously, you want to keep the contour line from the hollow of your cheek and up. I think you guys have seen before, I also like to put it on my jawline to create a shadow there and to create a sharper jaw. And come holidays, we definitely want to hide our double chins from all the turkey, and for me, the desserts, pie. And then I like to add it to right above the temples, just to give a bit of dimension where the sun would usually hit. And then last but not least is the nose. I'm not very precise about contouring my nose. I just use the brush and go on either side of my nose just to add a shadow, like that. And then I just run my finger down the center of my nose just to make sure that this is clear, and we just make sure that this is highlighted. See what I mean? It's not muddy, and it just gives you a sunken in look. And surprisingly, medium works perfectly for my skin tone. I think if we went dark, it would just not work. It would be way too dark and you wouldn't be able to use it. For blush, I decided to go ahead and use Amaretto from the Becca Champagne Splits. This is the Jaclyn Hill collaboration. I am gonna go a little bit full on with the red lips and the glittery eyes because this is a holiday party look, so I don't wanna go too much on the cheeks. I know you guys wanted to see what this looks like, you know, the Tarte color wheel. And yes, a subscriber told me that there are only 10 shades, so 8 blush shades and 2 highlighter shades. I clearly could not count that day. Thank you for correcting me. But I will show you guys that in a later video. I can definitely do another makeup tutorial, or I can do a vlog where I show you guys what these are. So for this look today, for my get ready with me, I'm going to use Amaretto, and I'm using the Real Techniques. I want to say this is the multi-purpose or the multitasker brush. I have been loving using this for blush just because it's big, fluffy, and it works really well. And like I said, glittery eyes, red lips, so I want to go with a more muted cheek. So now I'm going to do my brows, and I am using the Benefit Precisely My Brow pencil in the color 4. Like I was saying, you guys can see how easily it is for me to use this pencil. I just feel like it makes doing your brows so much easier. Now I am applying Gimme Brow in the color 5 and just combing this through my brows. We're on to the holiday eyes, and I am going to start off by using my favorite primer, which is the MAC Paints in the color Stilife. I know should branch out and try something else. But so far this has been so good to me. And I figure because it has a bit of a sheen, it'll work beautifully for this look. So I'm putting this on my lids, on my lid, and then up into my crease, and then I'm putting it right under my brow bone. Just like that. So now I like to set my eyeshadow primer with just a neutral shadow. This one is MAC's Orb. I really like to use this, or if you're using sort of a palette, if you have the Tartelette in Bloom palette, I like to use the color Flower Child right here. So I'm putting on MAC's Orb with a Real Techniques Dome shadow brush. I just run it underneath my brow bone and I bring it down into my crease to set the crease, and then whatever is left over I place on the lid. For eyeshadow, I'm going to reach into my Tartelette in Bloom palette. I love this palette, and I'm going to be taking the shade Rebel as sort of my base shade, and it's going to be what I build the look around. And I'm going to be using the MAC 224 brush. I really like this brush because you just can blend out the colors really well for this. And I'm just haphazardly putting it on my lid and then blending it up into my crease. And as always, all my looks I like to flick up because I do have downturned eyes and I have a hooded eye, so I always like to make sure that I have a bit of a wing happening with my eyeshadows. I'm going to now take a Real Techniques base shadow brush. This is the one that's sort of flat and comes to point. Any brush that you have that can come to a point and give you some precision is what we want to use. And I'm going to go into the color Activist, and I'm just putting that on the tip, on the point of the brush, and then I'm working that into the upper lash line. I'm going to then take it into the outer third of the eye and create a bit of a V, and then pull it into my crease. Taking the 224 brush again, I just like to blend so that there's no harsh lines. So now that we have Activist sort of adding dimension, deepening the eye look, you can definitely stop here, just put a little bit of Rebel on your lower lash line. You can go with eyeliner, mascara, red lip, good to go. But I want to play with glitter because it is the holidays, and so I'm going to be taking sort of a flat shadow brush, and I'm going to be using setting spray just to sort of foil out any of the glitter shadows that I'm using. I'm going to go back into the Tartelette palette, and I'm going to pick up this beautiful shade here called Firecracker. And I'm just going to pat that all over my lid. You want to make sure that you don't put any of the glitter eyeshadow any higher than the Activist. So you want to make sure that you at least keep that crease line there and be very precise about it. Do you see what I mean? So for me, this isn't glittery enough, obviously. So I'm going to go in with Funny Girl. See if we can add a bit more. We can put that in the center of the lid just to give it a little bit more oomph. So now we're going to finish off the lower lash line, and I'm taking a pencil brush and I'm just going to pick up Rebel, just put it on the lower lash line to smoke it out a little bit, and then take a bit of Activist and then just put it on the outer corner. I just want to meet up Activist with a bit of Firecracker. Let's just amp it up a bit more and put Funny Girl right over Firecracker. This is going to be very glittery and intense. And then for your inner corner highlight, we're going to go back into Funny Girl, and I'm using a shading brush and then just putting it right in your inner corner just to make everything pop. Slash, it is a holiday look, and we're going big on the glitter. So now I'm going to put on some eyeliner. I think I'm going to do a wing because I think this look will be brought together with a wing. I'll put on some falsies, and then I'll be right back and we'll do lips together. Let's finish off this cute look with lips, and I am using a lip liner in the color Red, R-E-D-D. and this is from MAC. And I'm just going to use this to line my lips. So the trick to making sure that you have a long-lasting red lip is to start off with a lip liner and make sure you put it all over your lips so that the lipstick has something to grab onto. So then I'm gonna move on and apply my sort of base layer, and this is the NARS Velvet Matte Lip Pencil in the color Dragon Girl. This is definitely my go-to red lip color for the holidays. This is the base layer, as I was saying. This is Dragon Girl, but I'm not done yet. We want this to be long-lasting, beautiful color payoff. You can stop here, but I'm not gonna stop here because I wanna be able to like go out and dance and have as much fun without worrying about my lip. So then I'm going to finish off with the Stila Stay All Day liquid lipstick in the color Beso. This is the color Beso. So that was a bit of a pain in the butt to put on, but just to make sure there's no feathering and all of that stuff, I have the lip liner, like I said, I have base layer, which is Dragon Girl, and then I finished it off with Stila's Beso. And then I clearly had to clean it up to make sure it looked perfect for my night out. So the last step, actually second to the last step, is highlighter. I'm going to be using Prosecco Pop right here, and just gonna pick up any fluffy brush and I'm just gonna dust that tops of my cheeks. Yes, I'm going a little bit crazy on the glam because this is definitely gonna be a holiday look. No skimping on the highlight. And because we want this to stay all night, we're gonna finish it off with a setting spray, and this is the Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray in the long-lasting version. So I just like to tilt my head up, and this will make sure that all of your makeup sort of melts together and you don't look powdery. It also makes sure that all the sweating you're gonna do, all the dancing you're gonna do, all the drinking and eating you're gonna do, this thing is not gonna budge. Okay guys, so this is the final look. All right guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I just wanted to put together a quick holiday party, Christmas party, get ready with me look, and I hope you guys really enjoyed. I love the way this came together, the slick straight hair. I put on some fun sort of statement earrings, the bold lip, and the glitter eyes. I think this is a perfect look for the holidays, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Thank you again for watching. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button because there's more to come. Shinemas just started, so I hope you guys are enjoying all of the videos and all of the content that I'm putting up on my channel. I am going to be announcing my giveaway soon in the next few videos, so you guys stay tuned for that. And also, I will be doing a giveaway on my Instagram account, so you guys go follow me there. It's Sunshine Carreon, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button for this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!